My name is Serena Newberry, and I am a student at Xavier University of Louisiana. Through Arcadia University, I spent a semester abroad studying at Goldsmiths University of London. Arcadia advisors were incredibly helpful in ensuring that I transitioned smoothly into my new environment and checked in on me when I traveled to nearby countries. I was able to do so much while studying abroad by being mindful of my finances and planning ahead. This video is a brief presentation on tips for budgeting while studying abroad. The first step in saving while studying abroad is making a budget. And so we need to determine exactly how much we'll have for the duration of the study abroad experience. I was fortunate enough that I was awarded a scholarship where after paying tuition and room and board, I had $4,000 left for the duration of 5 months. And so you may have $2,000 for 3 months or $5,000 for 6 months, whatever it may be. We need to know that before creating the budget. Second, consider what are the main things and activities that you spend money on. I know that I like to go out to the movies with friends, or perhaps a great deal of your money goes towards groceries or transportation. Whatever that may be, it'll go into the chart that you create for your expenses. And in that chart will determine how much money you plan on spending in each area every month. Finally, the hardest part of creating a budget is tracking your spending to ensure that you stick to it. And it's so hard, but we've done all the prior work. And so we just have to stick to the list that we set for ourselves. Now we have an example of an overall budget here. Say the $4,000 while abroad for 5 months. Perhaps you want to do a gym membership, which will cost $30 every month, and put aside $70 for eating out with friends. Now we want to look at it on an individual basis, $30 per month, and also for the duration of the 5 months, which overall will be $150. Looking at our hypothetical budget, we will spend about $335 a month with an overall total of $3,825. Since this is less than our $4,000 budget overall, we have a little wiggle room in case we overspend 1 month or in case we want to buy extra souvenirs. Now, when looking at those monthly expenses, as you track how much you spend in each area, we want to make sure we stay within the budget. So maybe you go out to the movies, spend $15, and splurge a little. You attend a musical. So we're overall in the recreational area. But you're under budget in your eating out. So you got some cheesecake, but for the most part, you stuck to your groceries. And so that is $125 within the previous budget. And so with a monthly total of $301, awesome, we are like $30 within our budget, which will mean we have more to spend over time. And so a few additional tips to save money throughout your study abroad experience is when you take into account how you withdraw money while you're abroad, and when traveling, how can you choose the most cost-effective methods? And so, the currency tracking app, I found this incredibly useful while I was abroad, because when visiting nearby countries like France or Rome, I knew how much the euro was worth, I knew how much Great British pounds were worth while I was in London, and so I knew the best time to withdraw money. This was also a factor in where I withdrew my money from. You will have ATMs that are accessible and also currency exchange shops. I recommend that you go to the currency exchange shops when available because they take into account the shifting rates. And so ATMs will usually have a set rate of transaction. And it's just, you can get more for your money's worth if you look at the currency exchange shops, because they're flexible and they move with the currency change. Buying kitchen necessities. This is best to do with your roommates or flatmates, because if you're like myself and love to cook, you want the nicest cookware or just something very usable, but we cannot bring home our tea kettles and pots and pans. And so it is best to share in the cost with friends and roommates, because it's very rare that everyone will need them at the same time. An alternative method for getting textbooks. This is a similar factor to the cookware because those textbooks are large and heavy, and it will be a major inconvenience if you try and take them home. So ask your professor if you can download your books online, or you can check out the university library or a local library. My final tip is to travel with friends. Not only is this more fun, but you also save money when looking at a place to stay for the night, a hotel or hostel, and also when traveling around the city in an Uber or taxi, for example. And now finally, a little review before leaving. Download a currency tracking app because it will be incredibly useful. If you have the chance, withdraw money from a currency exchange shop rather than an ATM because it's more flexible working with the rates. Buy things like pots and pans with your flatmates because it's more cost effective and you will not need them when it comes time to leave at the end of your study abroad experience. Check with your professors if you can get your books from the library or buy them online because that will also be more convenient. And finally, travel with friends to save money on activities, sleeping arrangements, and transportation. I hope you found this incredibly helpful, and I hope you have a wonderful study abroad experience. Thank you.